Welcome back. I won't change my idea. I won't change my playing style. That's Ruben Amorim statement yesterday after the defeat against Brighton. He said it to the journalists. He won't change his idea, and he knows the team will succeed and they will survive during these difficult times, and is not naive. I support Amorim's statement 100%. And why should he change? I think that's the question that I'm asking myself. Why should he change? There's no reason for him to change his playing style, his idea, and also the formation. He himself said, he has been saying it most in the interview where if you're defeated, that he was brought here because of his idea. And he will stick with his idea until the very end. That's his statement. Because Ineos themselves saw Erik Ten Hag was not taking this team the right way. There's no playing style, there's no identity. And they looked at Amorim, who was at Sporting Lisbon. And they saw the way he was playing, his playing style, his system, his ideas were just brilliant. They saw the success that he had at Sporting Lisbon since he joined, and the kind of football he was playing there was just beautiful with Sporting. And they say, you know what, we are sacking Ten Hag and we're going for him. And they went for him in mid-season. Even Ruben Amorim did say that Ineos, when they came to him, when Manchester United came to him, it was now or never. United wanted a coach in mid-season November. Amorim said he will want to finish his season at Sporting Lisbon and then come in the summer. But Manchester United said it's now or never. Then he looked at the opportunity and said, this is a good opportunity. Let me grab it. And that's how he left Sporting Lisbon and came to Manchester United. And then we're now saying most of the fans, most of the pundits, journalists, the media's now saying Amorim needs to change his playing style. Why should he change? And that's the reason why he was brought here, because of that playing style. That's the thing that we should be looking at. We have seen Manchester United over the past seasons, over the past 11 seasons. We have been changing coaches because we wanted better. We have been changing coaches. Now that we have a coach who has a good playing style, it needs to be backed up. We need to be patient. Even him, he did say in his first post-match interview, that's against after the Ipswich game, he did say that we have two ways. It's either we forget the idea, cope, and come back next year with the same problems, or start now, risk, suffer a little bit, and be better next year. Those were the statements, the ones I've just quoted in the first post-match interview after that draw against Ipswich, because she already saw. I think that was the first game where we saw him playing these players, playing with his identity, playing with his style, using that 3-4-3 formation. And we saw it was not going well for those players. And that's why he came out and said the statement, because most of the fans, most of the pundits were now saying, no, we don't see kind of this. You can't use this system in the Premier League. This is not a kind of system that will survive in the Premier League. And we have seen it, coaches come here and surviving it, working with this formation. Conte, when he came to Chelsea in 2016-2017 season and won the Premier League, he used the 3-4-3 formation, where he had the back three. It was Chilwell, I think it was Luiz as a Pliqueta. I think, yeah, because, and he succeeded and he won the Premier League with that formation. That shows that this is a formation that can really work. And the second season, 17-18, he won the FA with the same system, Tuchel came again at Chelsea, won the Champions League, and was a runners-up in the FA Cup, reached the final of the FA Cup, but didn't win, but with the same system. We need to trust it, and we need to trust the gaffer. People are saying this system only works at Sporting Lisbon, at Portugal, and England is not Portugal. We forget in the Champions League, he faced Manchester City, the best team in Europe, with that same system, and he defeated Pep Guardiola. That shows what this is a system that can work if we only have the right players. At Sporting Lisbon, he had the right players. Conte and Tuchel also at Chelsea winning it. Conte winning the Premier League with that system. He had the right players. The players who can work hard with this system and can really bring the best out of them, out of the best out of this system, and manage it so well. Why not Amorim? We have seen we know where the problem is. The problem we have are the players, and most of the players here have been here for the longest time and have sacked like 3, 4 coaches. These players are not lazy. These players are not for this formation, for this system. And the news are saying that these players for the longest time have the player power, where that if they're not performing well, the blame goes to the coach. And we're seeing when Eric now was sacked, we're now seeing where the problem is. The problem is the players. And we need also to apologize. Manchester United need to apologize to Jose Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They were never the problem. They were never the problem. The problem was these players. They're just lazy and they're not working much harder. If you are saying that Amorim need to leave this system and to adopt another system, he himself did say that in his one of his interviews, he did say that when you reach a point where you change your idea because of the results, because you're seeing you're losing, you're not performing so well, and now you want to change it to win games, that's the end for any coach. That's what he said. That's the end for any coach. Because let's assume he says, you know what, I'm changing this formation. I want to play with the formation that will benefit, that will enable these players to play so well. And he abandons idea and come in with the idea that will benefit these players, that these players will be able to adjust to play with. The way most of the fans are now starting to say, most of the pundit journalists, then we'll be now going to surviving football. We'll now be playing just to survive, just to get results. And we'll win. But it reach a point where again, we'll be saying, when we start now losing with that system that has now brought for these players now to adjust well, to play with, people now saying Amori doesn't have playing style, we don't have identity, he's not that good. That's what people now be saying. We really forget that he was trying to bring in a playing style and identity and a discipline to this team, but we all rejected that because we saw it not working because of these players that we had, not knowing that this is a system that Amorim needs players that are good, needs players who can play with much intensity, players who can run. In his match interview, another interview, he said that even if you have the best team in the world and you can't run, you won't win the Premier League. He knows. We have already seen these players. These players can't can't adjust well to this system. That's why yesterday also he did say this team might maybe worst team in Manchester United history. That's a fact, and we should acknowledge that. That's what he said. And people saying, you know what, you can't come out the media and say such things. He was right. He was just saying fact and also being honest with himself. He knows. It's like in that message, he was trying to communicate with Manchester United by telling them, you know what, give me the players that can play in this system. I want better players. The ones that I have cannot play for this, cannot play with my system, cannot go with my idea. They really can't. I need better players. That's my understanding from that statement, but he was just right saying it. And Ineos, knowing that they brought in Manchester United, knowing that they brought in a coach in January, knowing that we don't have we don't have good players, they should back him. They should back him. Look at January, the January transfer window, no outgoings, no incomings. We're not sending 3 players on loans. What's that? What we're just hearing, we're interested in this player, we're interested in that player, we have added this player in the short list, but there's nothing. At the beginning of the transfer window, we're interested in Mendes. It's like Mendes now changed its mind. It's not staying at PSG. We're interested in Miles Kerkez of Bournemouth. We have added Patrick Dorgo of Leeds to our shortlist. That's a left back. We're interested in Kolomwani on loan. We don't get him. You can now see he went to AC Milan. I don't know where. It's just interesting, interest. Now there's another one that has come. We're interested in Etmori, the Wolves left back. They're also Manchester. We're interested in. We're just interested FC. Look at Manchester City. Manchester City have had the worst setbacks of their years since Pep Guardiola took charge. But we're seeing what's happening. They're going to the John transfer market to buy players. They're not going to spend almost £250 to strengthen their teams because they've seen the problem and they're tackling it. But Manchester United, we are 13th in the league, 10 points below relegation zone. Ineos are just there seated, doing nothing. No plans of wanting to sign any player, no plans of wanting to sell in players, hiding behind PSR. That's what they're hiding behind. PSR. Profit sustainability rule. I think that's what they're hiding behind. And they know Amorim needs the support. Our priority was a left back who can play as a left wing back, but nothing has happened. This is a team that has been without a left back for almost 12 months, almost a year. There's no team in the world, let's say in the world or in the leagues that has played for almost a year without a left back. We have our two left back who have been injured for the longest time. You can see Nathalie Malacia wants to be taken on loan. Luke Shaw is injured. I don't know when he's coming back. It was said that it's coming at the end of January. But again, this is a player that is an injury prone. Ineos should back Amorim before the transfer window ends. I think we have 14 days, 15 days before the Jan transfer window ends. We need to bring in wing backs, left end, midfielders. That's what we need because Amorim has a good idea. This is an identity that we can see Arsenal were patient with Mikel Arteta for almost 3 seasons, and you can now see the fruits of that patience. Arsenal is playing a good football. Arsenal really playing so well, despite not winning the Premier League the last 2 seasons, which they were good. But I think they're playing something good. They're playing a good football. But us, we've now started saying you need to change the game, you need to change the system, you need to change his idea, and that idea is what was brought here at the club to do. He did say to us, I think he foresaw the things that were coming by saying a storm will come. We'll face difficult times in some games. I know my players, I know the game. We need to be patient. That's what he said. That's what we said. But we can see we're now saying we need to change his idea, you need to change his system. And that's not how things works because the moment you change, things won't go well for us. And that will be the end of us, and it will be like the other coach that we'll see. We'll be back to our routine where after 2.5 seasons, a coach will be sacked, and we'll bring another one. He will come with the system again. He won't be backed. That's it, and that's not what we want for this club. So I think the question that I'll be asking: do you think Amorim need to change his playing style? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Like this video if you haven't liked, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you for watching. Talk to you in the next one.